What is it like to meet somebody you actually fought against in a war? I found out when my new neighbor in Denver turned out to be the Iraqi soldier who saved my life during a firefight in Fallujah, and we both recognized each other immediately despite 15 years passing. I was walking my dog when I saw the moving truck next door. A Middle Eastern man was carrying boxes and something about his face seemed familiar. When our eyes met, we both froze. "You were the American soldier," he said in accented English. "The one trapped in the building." My heart started racing. This was Ahmed, the Iraqi soldier who'd been fighting alongside us during the battle for Fallujah in 2004. We'd been pinned down by insurgents when an IED collapsed part of our building. "You pulled me out of the rubble," I said, walking closer. "You saved my life." Ahmed smiled sadly. "And you carried me to the medic when I was shot." That day in Fallujah had been chaos. Ahmed's unit was working with ours to clear insurgents when everything went wrong. The building collapsed, trapping me under concrete blocks with a broken leg. Ahmed had been the one to dig me out while bullets were still flying. Then, when he took shrapnel to his shoulder, I'd carried him 3 blocks to our medic station. "I never thought I'd see you again," Ahmed said. "When I immigrated here 5 years ago, I hoped maybe I would find some of the Americans who fought with us." We stood there awkwardly for a moment. Here was a man I'd fought beside in one of the worst days of my life, and now he was my neighbor. "Would you like to come inside?" Ahmed asked. "My wife is making tea." Over tea, Ahmed told me his story. After the war, he'd faced death threats for working with Americans. His family had to flee Iraq, spending years in refugee camps before getting approval to come to the United States. "I became a citizen last year," he said proudly. "My children are in American schools now. They're safe." I told him about my struggles with PTSD and how that day in Fallujah had haunted me for years, but also how his act of courage had given me hope during my darkest moments. "You know," Ahmed said thoughtfully, "that day I was so scared. But when I saw you trapped, I didn't think about politics or sides. I just saw another soldier who needed help." "Same here when you were wounded," I replied. "You weren't Iraqi or American in that moment. You were just a guy who'd saved my life." Ahmed's wife brought out photos showing their journey from Iraq to America. Their kids, now teenagers, spoke perfect English and played soccer at the local high school. We exchanged phone numbers, and Ahmed invited me to his son's graduation next month. As I walked home, I realized something profound had happened. For 15 years, I'd carried the weight of that war. Meeting Ahmed again didn't erase the trauma, but it reminded me why we'd fought, to protect families like his who just wanted safety and opportunity.